I'm Leah Lawrence.
And I'm her husband, Mitch Lawrence.
And you are listening to a very special crossover episode of the Southern Spirits Podcast.
We have Sweeps and Giggles from the Associates Anonymous podcast. All right, everybody, give a round of applause. Yay! Woohoo! Introduce yourselves. Go ahead.
You want to go first?
Yeah, I'm Giggles.
I'm Sweeps, and we are Associates Anonymous,
Yes.
the podcast where we kick it with you every Wednesday to discuss the horrors of working in customer service, because the only thing that's scarier than ghosts and cryptids and spooky things is dealing with the public.
Real people,
Amen.
exactly. Yeah. Real people.
Suck.
Yeah, it's true.
Completely agree. Well, y'all, they have come on to tell us some creepy Southern stories. I don't know, are they from the South? I think y'all told us they are, right?
We are.
Yeah, I think almost all of mine are specifically from Texas.
Yeah, all of mine,
excellent.
all the ones I researched, except for one, are like from Texas and the surrounding area. But yeah, we are East Texans, born and bred.
Excellent. Wonderful, wonderful. And we're going to be shooting Deep Eddy Orange that we've had for the Shots in the Dark, and we're just kind of drinking some shit. We're not going to sit here and talk about it. So, are y'all drinking anything over there?
We picked up a bottle of Western Sun 10 times distilled ruby red grapefruit flavored vodka per y'all's suggestion on several episodes.
That shit's
And
delicious.
It is.
We might have already started sipping on it while we were figuring out all of our technical stuff tonight, and it is pretty delicious. I'm digging it.
Yeah, it's one of our favorites from previous episodes, as you said. Well, I guess we're just going to turn it over. Right, Leah?
Yeah, y'all go for it. I didn't have to research shit for this, and it's awesome.
Take over, please. Have at it.
I was going to say, having done all the research for this episode, hats off to y'all and other podcasters that do very note-oriented episodes every week.
Yeah, we're mostly just like, oh, you remember that one time we dealt with that one asshole? Like,
Well, that's Leah every week. I don't do shit.
Yeah, well,
So-
I mean,
It's
I'm
perfect.
jealous.
off to Leah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, y'all take it away.
Someone finally understands my plight.
right? So you were on Weird Town Names duty, right?
Yes, are we starting with that?
We will start with that.
Okay, so I've got
Excellent.
two. I mean, they're really short. They're maybe like 5 or 6 sentences each.
Yes.
But so we're
That's
gonna start with Ding Dong, Texas.
Oh,
Yes.
have we talked about Ding Dong before?
Yeah, we sure have.
Okay, well,
but
take it
let's
away.
hear
Well,
it again because I'm sure no one remembers anything.
I don't
I do
fucking
have
remember
another
it,
one
so-
that we could just cover instead.
You can never talk about enough ding dong. We'll just dive back into it.
I'm here
Completely
for all the
So-
ding dong we can get.
Go for it.
Love me some ding dong. So the town was founded in the 1930s by a couple named Zealous and Bert Bell, who owned a store in town. One day, they hired a painter to paint their store sign. A local jokester convinced the painter to paint 2 bells on the sign and label them Zealous and Bert after the couple, and then write under the words, fuck me.
Is that what they wrote?
They wrote that?
God, I hope so. I'd be there for it. I would go
I was
to
really
the
hoping
town,
his name
fuck
was
me.
going to be
Where do you
Zealous
think-
Ding Dong.
Where do you think the ding dong comes in?
That's going to be my new dating profile banner is just Zealous Ding Dong.
I come from a little
No,
town called Ding Dong, but don't let that fool you.
So underneath the bells, he wrote ding dong, and it just stuck as the name of the town. Because
Like
there
a
are 2
bell.
bells and ding dong, yeah. So.
I thought there was a little Debbie's derailment or something.
No.
Okay, well that's less
That would be a
exciting.
Yeah.
delicious derailment, too.
Okay,
Yeah.
where's my other notes?
Oh, it sure would.
Okay, so I also have the town of White Settlement, Texas.
Oh, that's uncomfortable.
Of course we would have that down here.
And it's exactly what it sounds like.
It is
God.
exactly. I have passed over that one a couple of times.
Well,
So,
excuse our crassness.
yeah.
No, girl,
Well, I
go
just-
for it.
The article I was reading brought up some pretty good points about it that I thought were pretty humorous. So, it gets its name from there was fighting going on between the Native Americans and the white settlers who were encroaching on the natives' land. So the white settlers settled in an area that was referred to as the White Settlement, the
As
name
we do.
which became the official town name. But in 2005, the mayor and the Chamber of Commerce did try to change the town's name to something, not so racist.
Oh.
But the town being 85% white voted against that.
Like
And
they do.
the
Like
town-
we do.
Yeah, exactly. The town's water tower reads, "On the crossroads of progress," which the article points out is just a tad bit ironic.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Wonderful. We need to go find a postcard from there.
I saw that
Yeah,
while I
please.
was looking them up,
Please
and I was
send
like,
us
they
a white
can't.
settlement postcard.
Did you see where that was located?
I don't remember actually. I think I want to say down around like Austin or something. Maybe.
Okay. And it's
Weird,
still
like
it's still the
the
white
most
settlement.
It's
progressive
still called
pocket
white
of
settlement.
the state has
Yeah.
white settlement. Okay.
Okay, sure. Oh, that's uncomfortable, y'all. All right, well, we'll see y'all next week because I am done with this shit.
I spoiled it, damn it.
Oh, no, y'all take it away. Continue.
Fun fact, that's right down the road from Privilege, Texas.
Oh, is it?
No.
Oh, that's so funny.
So, am I diving into my story now?
Yeah, are we diving into cryptids?
We're diving into our number one.
Oh, yeah.
number one.
Y'all tell them what the scenario is here because we've done other stuff with you. We're going to pretend we've already done it, Leah.
I'm not gonna lie. We are recording this in reverse order for a very specific reason.
Yes.
But y'all came onto Associates Anonymous last week,
Yeah, we sure did.
which is in mid-October, even though we're recording this in September. But
Hey.
we're recording this episode first because it involves notes and vodka, and I didn't want to record it last with vodka.
Smart choice.
Exactly. Good thinking. Good thinking. But
So
go ahead.
for our patrons that listen to Clocked Out by Associates Anonymous, of course, last Friday's was our top 5 cryptids. These are the number 1 cryptids that me and Giggles left out of our list.
All
so
right. That's
you want me
exciting.
to go
Y'all know
first,
that
or
we
do you
love
wanna
some
go
cryptids over here.
Yeah, you go first.
Here for it.
So, I am covering a Texas cryptid known as the Beast of Bear Creek, which I'm not going to lie, I had not heard of until I started researching this. Because every one that I threw at y'all had covered.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then-
I've researched this one too, by the way.
Yeah, but you haven't done it yet.
No, I've
there's not
never
a lot.
covered it. I just haven't picked it yet. But
When she says research, she's found it. So if you have like a shot in the dark or something, she'll probably miss it.
that is probably not accurate, but we'll see.
Goddamn. Okay. Well,
I do have a shot in the dark for this one.
See, I didn't
Jesus.
plan that out well, and I don't have a shot in the dark, but
It's okay.
we can just take shots if we wanted.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
sure,
sure.
that's fine. Just give us the half point in the story. We'll take a shot and we'll move on.
The funny thing about this, though, is I was emailing, and I think I was mostly corresponding with you, Mitch.
Yes.
But I'm like, have you covered this, this, and this? And it's like, yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
And then I
Very
got another,
early.
like, 3 or 4 together, and my boyfriend, who is, like, obsessed with y'all's show, by the way.
Oh, goodness. We have a fan.
He became my go-to. I'm like, have they covered this? And he's like, yes. And I'm like, fuck. And
Like,
Yeah,
we
Leah's
would
pretty
be in
thorough.
like different.
you know.
We'd be in different rooms in the house, and we'd be like, "Did they cover this one?" And he'd be like, "Yes."
Hey, we have done what 100 and how many stories?
Well, it's
A lot?
76
That's what he was
episodes, and I
saying,
believe
yeah.
all of them have 2 stories.
yeah, 76
So-
episodes, 2 stories apiece, plus the entirety of football season for Tailgate Tales,
Yeah.
and
It's a little
like
prolific.
several Southern Spirits and our Patreon. Yeah,
Like, our show's almost finished
it's ridiculous
because we've
Oh,
gotten
no.
to the limit.
But what really pissed me off is when Giggles compiled her list, and I'm like, I'm gonna send it to him, and then I'm like, have any of these been covered? Love Giggles, and you're like, nope, they're all good to go. And I'm like,
Well,
you know what? Actually, I'm triggered. That calls for a shot before I get
Okay.
started.
Oh goodness, he
Bob.
shoot a shot before the story. Literally unheard of on Southern Spirits podcast.
That's not accurate.
Well, we never told anyone. Was my point. We
Okay,
never
that
said.
is some good vodka.
It is.
And I'm
It's
not a vodka
delicious, isn't
drinker.
it? It
See,
just
I'm
if you're
gonna
on
go
birth
calm on
control,
the
I need to warn
vodka.
you though, it might mess with it.
No,
So-
that doesn't have enough grapefruit in it to be a problem.
Leah, I was fucking around anyway.
I just
God damn it.
started birth control.
Man.
We're gonna head on down to Kimball County in the Texas Hill Country for this one.
All right.
About 127 miles, or if you're in Texas, 2 hours northwest of present-day Austin, Texas, which is our capital, Holla. There was a town once was a town called Chloe, Texas. It's no longer there. Nestled
goodness.
along Highway 2291, Chloe operated as a township until approximately 1974, when the area's last postmaster retired. Parallel to this highway runs the waterway of Bear Creek, which meanders through the forested landscape near Chloe for 10 to 15 miles before terminating into North Llano River near Junction, Texas,
All right.
which is currently the closest still operating township. All that is said to remain of Chloe are 2 dilapidated buildings, one being the remnants of the Chloe General Store, and a building across the street known simply as the Bear Creek Community Center. However, there is one other piece of Kimball County culture that is believed to have survived the elements and steady beratement of time for the past century. Somewhere nestled away on private property, there is said to be a reminder of a menacing local legend. Shot in the dark.
Oh God, we're shooting already. Hold on. Let's get the.
Opa.
Take it away.
Yes.
So, what is this reminder of a menacing local legend? Is it A, a wooden statue, B, a stone carving, or C, a painted mural?
Okay,
Well,
hold
shit,
on.
apparently I don't know this story.
I was just about to say, don't say a fucking word because I want to guess. Like, I don't want you to say anything. I want to guess.
All right, well,
Are
I
all
don't
three of y'all
fucking know,
guessing?
so...
The whole time I was trying to get
Sure,
Leah's
I don't know the
attention, though,
answer
so
to
I
it
didn't
either.
even hear the options. I'm sorry, read them again.
Okay. The question is, what is this reminder of the menacing local legend? Is
Right.
it A, wooden statue, B, a stone carving, or C, a painted mural?
Okay, I feel like a wooden statue would have dilapidated by now, right?
Yeah.
You think that?
Okay.
Dilapidated, I don't think is the right
Well,
word.
like...
Decayed.
Decayed, yeah.
Rotted away. There we go.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say... All right, we'll team up here, but I'm going to say mural. That's what I think. What do you think?
I'm feeling stone statue, but I'll go with you.
Okay, we're going to say... I'm taking over.
Okay,
All right,
go
we're
ahead.
going to say mural.
Take it.
Is it
What
a
do
mural?
you think it is, Gigs?
This is a tough one because, like, every small town in Texas has a mural painted somewhere on the side of a building downtown. But I think I'm going to go with, like, a carved wooden statue.
Y'all are all fucking wrong because it's a
I told
stone
you,
carving.
bitches.
God
I
damn it.
told you, bitches.
All right, hold on. We got to buzz ourselves, Leah. We got to buzz ourselves. Okay, we're shooting our deep eddy. There you go. You can continue reading as we do
All right.
this. It's
Okay.
we don't like
So-
to have a lot of downtime.
So
Go ahead.
around 1875, a stoneworker by the name of N.Q. Patterson moved to the area from Tennessee. He worked a series of odd jobs attempting to put his stoneworking, not mural painting or wood carving skills,
God damn it.
to use in the new land, which lacked the need for stonework more so than Tennessee for some reason. I could not find out why.
What? What the
Fun
fuck?
fact.
Okay.
He was like a census worker or something,
Oh, okay.
but I thought it was cool that he carved headstones. So apparently there's a lot of headstones out in cemeteries out there that he carved, which I think
that's
is kind of
cool.
nifty.
That's fun.
Because I love cemeteries because I'm a weirdo.
Well, everybody likes cemeteries, I think. At some point, you
Yeah.
like something about the cemetery.
I like old cemeteries. New ones are kind of meh. But, like, the really
Yeah.
old, like, Victorian weird shit, oh, I'm here for
I
it.
don't like the, like, memorial gardens that are just flat with just, like, flowers sticking out.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
like
those are
I like
boring.
them. Yeah, I like them when they're built like into like weird landscapes.
Yeah.
Like Scottsville where
Yes.
we went. How it's all like hilly and yeah,
Well, that was old
I
as fuck.
enjoy a well-built mausoleum.
that too.
Yeah.
I do.
Shot in the dark. Where did I swipe my V card?
What?
Was it a well-built mausoleum or
I want to hear that story now.
I'm guessing a mausoleum.
no? No,
Okay.
no. It was the backseat of my Oldsmobile.
I was literally just about to say the backseat of a car.
I mean,
my
was this in a graveyard then? Or were
was-
you parked in a mausoleum?
It was actually relatively close to a graveyard.
That doesn't count. That doesn't count.
Well, I mean,
At
I was just
any
being
point-
facetious, but since y'all asked, it was in the back of my Cutlass down Kaching Road and near
Any
that
point
one
during the
cemetery.
day, I am relatively close to a cemetery, so I don't think that counts.
It does not.
Oh, God.
So, anyhow, around the year of 1898, Patterson fell ill with the tuberculosis.
Oh, goodness.
Like you do.
He got the consumption.
And which allowed him time to recreationally utilize his stone carving craft.
Yeah, because that's
This-
not... It doesn't require lung capacity to stone carve. Right, Leah?
Apparently not. That's
I feel like the powder from stone carving would really exacerbate those tuberculosis symptoms.
Might have caused the TB.
I would agree,
Yeah.
but apparently this guy did not die from tuberculosis. He got better, went back to Tennessee, and got kicked by a horse.
Oh, shit.
I'm sorry, I should not laugh at that. Bless my
It's too
heart.
late.
But
It's too late. You've done it.
I laughed quite loudly at that when I read it. Just because that would be my luck. I'm like, oh, wow, my tuberculosis is gone. And then I get drop kicked by a Shetland. And
Oh, God, this is wonderful.
I love it. So Patterson is, in fact, the man who carved what would become known as the Cleo face. The carving depicted a terrifying face of some sort of creature unknown to science even today. Part human, part animal, with a broad nose and fangs bared. There are several theories about what the carving depicted, including simple explanations. Some say it was meant to just simply be a bear, but that erosion and time took effect on the stone sculpt, like the carving, and it just looks distorted now.
or maybe he was a shitty carver. We don't
Yeah,
know.
He was out of practice. He had been out of Tennessee for too
It's like,
long.
y'all ever watch Nailed It? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's exactly what he is. It was just with stone carvings.
And I will say, it's really hard to find a picture of this thing because it's not like a historical marker that you can visit now because it is on private property. But I did find a book from the University of North Texas that had a picture of it. And I have a screenshot that I will email to y'all. And
Or we can make a fucking road trip.
it kind of looked like a shitty carving. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, y'all can trespass for us. That'd be wonderful.
It would not be the first time I've trespassed in the name of
Shot in the
cryptids.
dark.
My
How
mom
did
had
Sweeps lose his
zero
V-card?
issues with trespassing at
Trespassing
all.
in a well-structured mausoleum in my Oldsmobile looking for cryptids.
Oh, I want to
honestly
make that the episode title so bad, but I think it's far too long.
Yeah, this is an episode of Southern Spirits, not a Fallout
Yeah, I was
Boy
going to say, it could be a
song.
Fall Out Boy song.
Oh, God, or Pearl Jam? They have songs like that.
Oh, boy.
Where was I? Others suggested that it depicts some sort of totem/representation of Bear Creek itself, which sounds dumb. That's not what it is. This is what I believe. This is what many, if not most, believe. They believe it to be a carving of the face of the aforementioned local legend that haunts the area, the Beast of Bear Creek. So, the story of the Beast of Bear Creek, now that you have all that unnecessary background information, because there's literally like 2 web pages about this thing and that's it. But,
Really? So people don't like it, apparently.
well, and I think I'll get into the fact that it hasn't been cited in forever, but it's a very isolated, nearly almost forgotten cryptid, urban legend, whatever you want to call this one. The old story tells of a Native American shaman or medicine man with the ability to shapeshift into a large wolf or wolf-like creature. As the European settlers continued to encroach on the native land, it was believed that this shaman took action by shifting into his beastly form and terrorizing the area around Chloe and Bear Creek, slaughtering livestock and people alike. There have supposedly not been any sightings of this creature in a very, very long time. So there's some theories with that. Namely, it might not exist.
So is this area also near White Settlement?
Yeah, it's got to
I'm
be.
kind of wondering. It's
It's
in the
actually
immediate
could
vicinity.
Be, like...
It's in the immediate vicinity. So
Oh, goodness. Lee's over
like,
here
that's not-
nodding and, like, smiling, and that, to me, means she's drunk already. Because of the shot.
Yeah,
And
it's gonna
I
be a
think, like,
yes
I
from
think
me.
it's because she's enjoying the story, but, like, she's nodding her head like she's listening to music. And I
Like,
don't
as
know
I'm
what's
saying, a
happening in your
rhythmic
headphones. But there's no music right now.
The shot just hit. You can hush your face.
Okay.
It'll be fine.
Well, good
No,
luck the
I
rest
was
of the
like-
episode is all I'm saying.
I was freaking out because we both didn't really get home from work till like right before we were like, fuck, we have to like record. And I was like, I can't do this on an empty stomach. Like, we'll get 20
Yeah.
minutes in and I'll be like, yeah, fucking cryptids.
oh yeah, we haven't eaten dinner yet, so this is a problem.
us neither.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
I haven't
neither.
eaten at all. It's wonderful. I'm so happy.
So,
fucking lit.
there are some theories as to why there have not been any sightings of the Beast of Bear Creek. And I could not find the last sighting. I think it kind of died out when the town of Chloe died out, which, like I said earlier, was, it officially was not a township as of 1974, but even then it was like, there was some
community.
There was some old crotchety ass fucking postman that just did not want to retire because of
well,
God
I
knows
wouldn't
what.
either if I were
Y'all.
unionized and making that much money.
That too.
We are both
mean-
state employees. We know all about the old people who won't retire.
Some of them bitches will not leave.
No.
Yeah, my
They
brother
take up
works for the
spots
post office,
getting the
like-
maximum pay because, okay, I'm not going to go into fucking state payroll, but like you start and everybody makes the same, right? But you go up in steps so you can max out your step. And there is a 75-year-old person who doesn't know how to fucking use a computer,
At all.
making the most money they can in their position. And there's a fresh out of college 22-year-old who would start at the lowest pay thing, but the state's like, we can't make them retire.
Bitches,
Yeah.
all
Y'all,
of them.
I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. I'm sorry. I'm off the
You
grid.
can
I'm off the grid.
stage their death.
My brother works for the post office too, and he says
Yeah.
there's like old people that have worked there for like decades, and they
Yeah.
drive like fucking Jaguars working at the post office. Like,
Welcome back
office
to
jobs are
Associates
fucking
Anonymous,
sweet.
the podcast where we kick it with you every Wednesday to discuss the horrors of work.
Amen.
We segued straight into our episode just now, and I love it.
The horrors of postal work.
Going postal.
I have to bring my brother onto that show.
While
Yeah,
we were
y'all
in
start a spinoff
Oklahoma,
called Going Postal.
while we were in Oklahoma, there was actually a post office in this cracked-in town we stayed in called Going Postal.
Yeah, I was like,
was.
I don't,
Oh my
I don't
God.
think that means with like, I don't. That means I can't even fucking talk anymore. Jesus fucking Christ.
All right, the episode's going perfect.
Yep.
Par for the
Boy.
course.
I need a drink.
Which
We're
I
still,
say that
we're
that
still in the
town-
middle of your story, too. I'm so sorry.
We are.
We are.
It's all
That's okay.
good.
This is literally every episode of ours. We derail hard.
Yeah.
No.
So some think that the shaman simply passed away because this isn't like one of those kind of cryptid, like, this is almost more of a like metaphysical kind of concept where it's not like Bigfoot or Yeti, where it's like, oh, like there's a population of them,
Yeah.
so it's not just one. This is a singular entity, so it's
Like Loch
possible
Ness
that
or something.
yeah.
Like, there's one of them.
No, it's
Oh, shit,
more
there's more
of
Nessies.
like I feel
he's
like
like a
it's
Texas
more of
Wendigo.
one person with one specific spiritual ability as
Exactly.
opposed to like a legend or something. It's more of
Exactly.
like one guy can do this real cool thing, but he's dead now, so oh well.
That's
Exactly.
It, yeah.
Was his real cool thing shitty stone carving?
No, his real cool thing was that he shapeshifted into
He
a
had
big
this
ass
real
bear.
cool ability,
Oh,
but he
okay.
got kicked by a horse.
Tuberculosis gave him the ability. It mutated his genes.
Oh, God.
And then he was killed. His one weakness, like Bruce Willis in Unbreakable, was a kicking horse.
I feel like that's what would happen if M. Night Shyamalan directed a Beast of Bear Creek movie. It was the sculptor
100%.
all along.
The horse falls into water and it can't swim. Yeah.
So, Shaman could be dead. Or,
It was
he
just
did
folklore.
kind of get the whites out of town. The town's no longer a township. So he might just be chilling in the woods, like,
Snaps
reaping
for him.
the benefits of his work.
Yeah.
I mean, whites are very hard to eradicate, so snaps and claps to that
That's
guy.
not
Fuck
right.
God.
Snaps and claps. Like,
Yeah.
we are kind of like roaches in a lot
Yeah,
of...
we really are in that regard.
The title of this episode is Genocide Apologists. That's what we're going with.
Another theory is that because he's a shapeshifter of some sort, which I'll get into in a minute. But it could be that during like the Trail of Tears, Great Walk era kind of stuff, homie might have just been caught off guard and scooted off somewhere else. Like they might have thrown him in a horse-covered wagon and said bye. Like
Yeah.
could have caught him while he was napping.
Yes.
Oh, goodness. Because
one
he was so
knows.
freaky, like they had to get him out of town.
No, because he was a Native American and
Yeah.
white people suck.
Oh. I completely missed the part where he's a Native American. Completely.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like a Native
Where have I
American
been?
shaman.
We don't have white shamans.
Well, I mean, they're out there, but
They didn't come around till the 60s.
yeah, they don't count.
But
Sucking shit.
I'm going to need you to take note, Mitch, that he was Native American because we're going to
Thank you.
segue into a little side topic here of the skinwalkers.
Oh, no.
God.
Oh, I'm not here for this. This is like the one
Because-
topic that's like kind of freaks me the fuck out.
Yeah,
I'm so excited. Go ahead.
Skinwalkers and
Do it very
Wendigos
quickly,
freak me the
too.
fuck
Yeah,
out.
skinwalkers and Wendigos freak me out. But
Yeah.
I'm going to
Oh,
keep it
yeah.
brief because there's two major theories about the Beast of Bear
don't
Creek.
keep it brief. I said brief.
First one.
Brief. Brief. Don't breathe. Don't keep it brief.
Don't keep it brief.
Fucking drag it out. Make Leah's skin crawl. I'm so here for this.
Make her skin walk, if you will.
But
I'm really
Yeah.
sorry to any Native American listeners.
I'm very drunk. This is a problem.
Yeah, I am too.
Fun
We've got
fact,
an issue,
I did
y'all.
not realize that Native American, specifically in like the Navajo tribe, are really not comfortable with us talking about their mythologies and legends
I
in a
can
lot
see
of
that.
regards.
I
To
mean,
which-
I get it.
A lot of
but with
First
a lot
Nations
of-
peoples
yeah.
are very serious about having like oral traditions only as opposed to writing things down.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, it
Well,
can
a
be
lot of their
a
folklore is,
serious
like, sacred,
thing for
so-
them.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, can we tell them to each other then without writing them down? Is that the problem?
This
we're
is an
writing it
audio
down?
format.
I think it's
Yeah,
mostly
exactly.
just
I
the
feel
white
like
man
it's
appropriating
just-
their story.
I think so.
Exactly.
Well, that's what I was asking. Was is it the writing down that's the problem, or is it just us taking like
Well,
we
I mean,
do?
these are sacred stories to
Yeah.
them, and I
Right.
mean, it's like if
It's like drawing Muhammad.
the what?
Yeah.
Drawing Muhammad.
Yeah.
I thought you
An
said
image of
drawing the
Muhammad.
Hobbit, and I was
No,
like, what is the
definitely.
problem with drawing the
Okay,
Hobbit?
who's racist now? God damn it.
It's gonna be me.
Okay, shot time for me.
Oh God, this is gonna get rough,
Boy,
isn't
we've
it?
got 2 more episodes
Yeah.
to
Let's
record.
I know.
Miss Slow your
Sweeps, let's
roll.
finish up your story real quick before you get
Okay.
trashy like we are over here.
So the reason I want to talk about skinwalkers is because there's two major theories with the Beast of Bear Creek. Either A, he's a skinwalker, or B,
Yep.
he's an American werewolf in Texas.
Yeah, I like
so-
that one.
I do too, a lot. But many Native American tribes have legends of skinwalkers, which are described as evil witches, which I'll circle back to that term, who could
God.
shapeshift, possess, or otherwise disguise themselves as animals to carry out whatever evil bidding they chose to do. Native people abhorred these evil people/creatures, and it was said that they took on notable physical differences from those of normal humans. So, like, you could tell by looking at them that they were potentially a skinwalker.
That sounds racist.
Yeah.
That sounds racist. Just by the way they look, they're a goddamn
Heck yeah.
skinwalker.
Pretty much. So, the term witch here, I'm using that based off of my research from, like, quotes from the native people. And they use the term, or at least in my research, I could be wrong, correct me if I am, if there's anyone out there listening, but my
Leah will
understanding was that they use the term witch to describe basically a evil shaman or medicine man, because they believed that the shamans studied and understood both good and dark forms of magic, but did not practice the darker forms of magic. Now, some shamans would segue into those darker aspects of their spirituality, and that's where they kind of use the term witches from what I was reading.
And that's where Voldemort comes from.
No, it's just more of a light worker versus a dark worker. It's you know.
Yeah, okay. All right.
So the main
I got
reason
it.
that I wanted to point this one out is because I felt like I feel like it's more likely if the Beast of Bear Creek exists that it was a Native American skinwalker-esque sort of shenanigans going on. But what really is interesting about it is, and obviously I don't feel like any of the four of us, or probably most of our listenerships, agree with this, but early colonial white settlers were dicks, and we agree with that, but their perception of like the native people was that they were, you know, a backwards, like unsophisticated, savage like nation, and that their belief systems were silly and whimsical.
Yeah.
What makes this story really fucking crazy is the whites were fucking terrified of the Beast of Bear Creek and legit ass believed it. It wasn't a, the local Indians are telling me about this monster down by the creek and trying to scare me. They're like, oh shit, lock the door. The Beast of Bear Creek is outside and he's a shape-shifting shaman. He's going to eat your ass.
We just recently talked about the word primitive and how it can be used negatively in that kind of light. And this just brings it all back.
Yeah.
Like seriously, 2 weeks ago, we talked about this on a different episode, on a Patreon episode, I think.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about other cultures and how the word primitive was used to describe people in a negative light, but primitive just means having, knowledge or different knowledge, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I could get on a tangent.
I don't know. It just reminded me of it. Leah, do not get on a fucking tangent. This is not your episode.
You hush.
Calm down.
Don't calm down.
Don't calm
Get
down.
wild.
Get crunk, Leah. So
Don't calm down.
a lot of these skinwalker legends, like I said, they were pretty pervasive in a lot of Native American tribes. But the Navajo peoples had a lot of these legends. And of course, the Navajo people were, they called the Four Corners region home, which is, Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona.
Right.
Which seems kind of far from, central Texas, but
I think ours were mostly Caddo.
yeah,
Caddo,
mostly
Cherokee,
Caddo, some Cherokee a little bit, but
I can give you a very racist chant of the Alabama
Please
Indians.
don't.
Real quick.
Oh my God! Everybody learned this in fourth grade.
Fourth grade, we have Alabama history, and we have Choctaw, Cherokee, Chickasaw Creek. These are our Indians. This is their beat. That's how it goes.
Every fourth grader in Alabama had to learn that.
Sounds vaguely familiar.
we might have had
actually.
something similar.
I went to
It was
a
probably
really
very
small
similar.
country school, through second grade, so that actually sounds really familiar.
Weird.
It was
Yeah.
probably very similar because it sounds like an Indian chant.
See, we just
And
swear
then
danced.
therefore, we were all
is wrong
very
with
racist
y'all?
fourth graders. Let's just admit it now.
Yeah.
I mean, I
We
will
were all
say,
very
we
racist fourth graders.
We didn't
Oh,
learn
yeah.
that many racist chants in fourth grade. We just swear danced, but it had to be with an opposite sex square dancing partner. So
Yes.
Yeah, and it was awful, and one of them broke my fucking toe.
Jesus.
oh no!
Did you not
The
have
trauma in your past, Leah.
Did you not have to square dance in
I
like
did.
junior
in the
high?
Alabama
I have-
play. I
it was
was
awful.
a square
y'all
dancer
square
in the
danced all
Alabama
the way
play.
up to junior
I
high.
came from a pretty
Oh.
Yeah.
fucking country place, and I have never had to square dance in my life.
I was a
ever.
dude. I was a boss ass square dancer.
I was same. I was so good at square dancing. I got to be in the middle to demonstrate the square dance to everybody
my-
else.
Yeah,
It's
like
so
no, we
it's so
just
hilarious that the square dance is such like a southern thing, and then they're like, yeah, get the gay guy in there, and he's just like, no, I'm gonna fucking turn this shit on its head.
yeah.
Hey,
Just hold on.
you know Kyle, he was always in the middle square because he was a really fucking good
Exactly.
square
This
dancer.
is my
Yeah.
point. Someone
We
with
didn't
fucking
do
rhythm,
square
like
dancing.
get a black guy or a gay guy in there, and the square dance changes, and it becomes something people can enjoy.
Yeah, it becomes rhythmic, is what it becomes.
Exactly.
Please
See,
tell
our
me
town-
you had to square dance to that awful version of King of the Road, because that's like the I'm not kidding. We had they literally didn't have a digital version of these square dances on anything. So they literally in the middle of the fucking gym had a legitimate record player.
Like a vinyl.
Yes, all of our square dances were on fucking vinyl.
That's actually kind of dope. The main one that I remember square dancing to was Cotton Eye Joe.
Oh, we did that one too.
That was the main one I remember. But we
Yeah.
didn't square dance all the way up into middle school.
yeah, our school didn't do none of that hillbilly stuff.
Y'all
Hey,
didn't have enough
I joined the marching band, so I didn't have to keep doing, the whole.
square dance.
I mean, like I said,
thing.
I went to a small town school for a while, and that was not a thing.
I kind of wish my square dancing had counted as my PE credit so I didn't have to join the work program. But
Ooh.
yeah, no.
But,
Fucking A. I mean, it is physical exercise, you know.
Yeah.
I don't think I could square dance right now. I am out of shape.
I couldn't do it now. I could not do it now.
I couldn't do it
let's-
ever.
So, the Navajo people.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Anyway, back to square dancing.
So, that the Four Corners region seems like kind of a far way away, but honestly, I think giving the radical displacement that European settlers, land thifs caused
Yeah.
to all the native people, and the fact that they were predominantly an oral society, heyo,
I was about to say, I didn't want to interject there, but I pointed at Leah when you said oral society.
It's in my notes. It just says parentheses, heyo, LOL. It is. I feel like it's quite feasible that one of two things happened. Either A, an actual Navajo skinwalker made their way into the Texas Hill Country at some point, or B, the legends themselves just circulated that way. Blah, blah, where am I? We've already talked about that.
I have no fucking idea.
I'm almost done, I promise. I have on my last paragraph.
No, please, God, take your time. I'm enjoying myself so much.
Of course, we were discussing, too, it's either he's a skinwalker or he's an American werewolf in Texas. So another theory is, of course, that the Beast of Bear Creek is simply an American werewolf. Texas and Louisiana both have their fair share of werewolf lore, specifically Louisiana, because it was originally a French colony. And
excuse me.
It's kind of hard to trace the whole werewolf folklore back, but if you trace it back, it is really strongly rooted in France and certain parts of Germany. So
I didn't know that.
Most French-speaking like colonies here and all over the world have some sort of werewolf-esque variant.
Oh, that's
so like
actually really
one
interesting.
of the ones I sent to y'all that I was going to see if y'all had covered was the Rougarou of Louisiana.
Oh, yeah.
So
we have.
That term is really just like a weird, dirty Cajun version of like the loup-garou, which is the French form of werewolf. But it was so pervasive in French culture and mythology back in like the medieval era and stuff that they legitimately had werewolf trials the same way we had witch trials.
Really? How did I not know this? It wasn't in that Benicio del Toro movie, goddammit. I know that.
That really is a thing. There's a few documentaries that I've seen about lycanthropy, and that's a big part of it. And there's a couple of like historically documented like werewolf problems in France,
like
where
the
people
Beast of
people go
Guavedon
missing, and exactly, and it's a really interesting topic.
I'll take your word for it.
In high school, in my French class, I actually wrote a paper on the Beast of Guavedon in French.
Yes, that.
Oh God, you must have taken fucking French 4.
Yeah, the Beast of Gévaudan is the one that I've seen the documentary about, and it's crazy.
I got the French too, and I could write a couple sentences.
I took Latin, so
that's cool. We're currently kind of teaching ourselves a little bit of Japanese because we're going to Japan in a couple years. And
are you? Jesus.
You
just need to learn like bathroom and ramen.
I'm just going to show up and I'm like, El Baño.
It's actually El Baño Sensei. Giggles. Get it right.
Arigato.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
That was racist in 2 languages.
Por favor.
3 languages.
3?
Look, that's the only other language I know how to say bathroom in, okay?
How you say shitter. What? And,
Jesus.
That's the Beast of Bear Creek. Is he a werewolf? Is he a skinwalker?
Does he exist at all?
Or is he just a really shitty fucking sculpture that some tuberculosis guy did?
There you go.
I don't know. But I thought he was cool.
That's what I think. I think he's just a real bad stone carver.
I feel like he's a werewolf, but that's just me.
Oh.
I'm really
We'll go with he's a werewolf.
I like lycanthropy. Skinwalkers scare the shit out of me, so I'm going with werewolf.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like I would lean towards the shaman.
See, and I feel like because of the context of what the legends around that area, like the locals, because what I was reading is it's really like only the super fucking crotchety old ass people in the hill country that'll be like, oh yeah, the Beast of Bear Creek, and all the kids are just like, what the fuck you talking about, Granddad? He's like, back when the old Chloe General Store was open. The way when I was reading it, I felt really honestly like it was a weird werewolf version of the Beast of Boggy Creek documentary. That's how I imagine it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I enjoyed that because obviously I haven't heard it before because Leah didn't get to it.
I'm sorry.
Right? Yeah.
Well, I'm just glad I found one
that
y'all haven't done, so yay.
Yeah.
Yay.
And I'm so happy Leah missed the question. That makes me so happy. You
I
have
didn't
no idea.
miss the
She's
question.
so fucking
I got
pompous.
the question
She's
right.
so pompous.
You fucking are the one that, and I was trying to be nice. I knew it was a goddamn stone sculpture.
You didn't know a damn
Excuse
thing.
me.
Oh, this is just
okay,
for my top
whatever.
5.
You didn't know. You didn't know.
All right, fine.
You were being nice so you could get drunk? Yeah, okay. Leah loves getting drunk.
Is it your
Oh,
turn
God,
now?
well,
Is it my turn?
fucking A. Yeah, if you're ready to go, take it away.
Okay, so my notes are nowhere near that long. Like, I asked Sweeps earlier, I was like, so how much did you write down? And he's like, 2.5 pages. I was like, I did almost a page.
Well, in my
That's
defense,
okay.
I didn't realize that was going to take like 30 minutes. So
Yeah.
I'm
Well, no,
sorry.
that's good. We want to fill up about an hour. It's
Yeah.
perfect. And I was just about to say, don't worry, we'll lengthen it.
Okay, good.
We know what we're doing. Especially when we get a little drunk. As long as I'm paying attention, I'm capable of making every sentence you say last 4 to 5 minutes.
It's true.
Good,
I've seen him
'cause-
do it.
Literally, all I wrote down was essentially like verbatim, like the Wikipedia page on this.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and source it because we don't want to get shut down.
So almost all of this, like I said, is almost verbatim from Wikipedia. I threw in a little bit of my own.
Mine
in
was
there.
not verbatim from anything except for my
Well,
own heart.
Fuck you.
I really felt the skinwalkers deep inside of me.
Turns out the Beast of Bear Creek is not actually a fucking thing. Like, I just made it up.
Yeah. He's like, I can't think of a cryptid that they haven't covered. I'm gonna fucking make something up.
I would just call
Holy
it the-
shit.
The
You
sweeps
just
of
made me think of the
Guamadon.
funniest thing. Because for your Patreon episode, what we quote unquote did already was Leah actually has her top 5 cryptids.
Yes.
And what I was going to do was discuss if I think, their likelihood of being real, like we talked about in the email.
Yes.
And Leah said, no, just make up your own, like Nega Karen and something Otter Pop. And I was like, no, I'm not going to fucking do that. That's stupid.
Rude.
And we totally just should have done that. We could have gotten away with it. I know that now.
Honestly, yeah.
Well, next time y'all are on, we'll just make up our. Ooh, you know what we could do? We
Yeah.
could do like we did with Scotty, where he did like the 10 wrestlers.
Yeah,
And we had to
it's like which
determine
one's
whether
real
they were
and-
real or
yeah.
fake.
Oh, that's
That's
so
a good
much
idea.
fun.
Like, is this cryptid real or not?
Yeah.
Yes.
That'll be for next
that-
October.
Okay, I love it.
That is a great
already.
idea. 100% great idea.
Yes. Fucking love
Y'all
it.
mark it in your calendars right now.
Yes.
October 2020.
Yes.
We're doing real or fake cryptids.
Yes.
Spoiler, they're all going to be fake.
Well, I mean.
Okay. Giggles, take it away.
Okay. So mine is the Lake Worth monster.
If you think of a shot in the dark to throw in there, just do it.
I mean,
Just
I
wing it.
probably won't.
There you go.
but,
We can just get a shot ready.
yeah, we could just do shots. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
So, mine is the Lake Worth monster, which is around Fort Worth, obviously. So reports of sightings by local citizens of a half-man, half-goat with fur and scales started in July of 1969 and led to the belief that a mysterious creature lived in Lake Worth.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Is he a were platypus?
Yes. I don't even
Leah's
need to
over
read the
here
rest of my
nodding
notes,
like
'cause
apparently
that
she
was
knows
it.
what's happening already.
Yeah, he's a fishy goat man.
Oh, he's a Capricorn. Dope. Me too.
Yes, he's exactly. I was gonna say that, but I was afraid that I got the fish part in Capricorn wrong.
No, you're 100% accurate. I think.
Yes.
Capricorn. Oh, God. Okay.
Well, what month is Capricorn?
This
Oh, never mind.
November December into January.
Okay,
It's
never mind. This was
December,
in
yeah.
July.
Because I'm December 23rd, so I'm like on the cusp of like Sagittarius and Capricorn. So I'm like
Yeah.
literally the two douchiest signs. Just
It's
Ran
okay. We're
into-
two Scorpios married to each other, so you can imagine how that is.
I'm
Yeah.
Aquarius, so I'm like
my
free
boyfriend's a
spirits.
Sagittarius. We're probably right at the same level as y'all, except for y'all are probably smarter.
Ah, damn.
Leah might be. I'm pretty fucking dumb.
But you're pretty, so it's fun.
Let's be real
Yeah,
here.
see? Oh my god, they're
I got the
literally,
bad
they're
side of the
literally me
Scorpio
and
part.
forehead.
Like really, I got the real bad side of the Scorpio part. I'm just like super emotional and moody, and then just real fucking dumb.
Oh fuck, maybe
top
I'm a
of it.
Scorpio.
It's perfect.
God, this is the
All right,
third
that's
one of
enough.
these shot glasses I've broken.
Yeah, stop doing that, you dick turd.
Who doesn't love a good dick turd?
Sorry, I
Most
have to
people.
pick up another drink.
Depends on if you're the dick or the turd.
I knew we should have got the bigger bottle.
I'm pretty sure that leads to an infection, but
Oh god.
Anyway.
Lake Worth monster, Lake Worth monster, Lake Worth monster.
I mean the Lake Worth might
can
lead
always
to an
shower.
infection too if it's anything like other Texas lakes. But
That's true.
Ugh, that's how you get Dickturd. You get,
that actually might be.
you get the Texas lake.
You go for a dip in the Sabine River. You come out with
God.
Dickturd.
Fucking
I
A.
feel like more. That's that water from Turner Falls in Oklahoma that we walk by. And we're like, yeah, we ain't swimming.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
I
We're
That
not
water
doing
definitely
it.
got Dickturd. Ugh.
I actually did. There was like a little piece of like a stick, like maybe like 4 inches long, floating in like
Jesus.
You just thought,
floating in the swimming area when we were walking by, and for like 10 seconds I was like, is that a goddamn floater? Like, did some little kid just shit in the pool area? Like,
Jesus Christ. This episode has
goodness.
devolved. All that we have so far is the area that we're talking about.
around Lake Worth.
It's been 10 minutes.
oh my gosh.
We've been talking about dick turds this whole
broke Leah.
time.
We broke Leah.
Yeah. Y'all don't know how often this happens. And we have to cut it out because it lasts about 4 minutes. It's staying
Oh
now.
my gosh.
It's staying.
Whew.
Yeah, center yourself.
Okay.
Please.
So
Oh my god.
So it's half goat, half man. It's got fur. It's got scales. This is all in July of 1969, so the summer of love and
Yay.
This
and
is the
cryptids.
dawning of the age
Yes.
of Aquarius.
Best
Or-
part of 40-Year-Old Virgin. The very end.
Yeah.
So, newspapers at the time reported the alleged sightings, including one in which the monster landed on a man's car after jumping out of a tree, and another in which it threw an automobile tire at a group of people. And I'm going to come back to both those stories in a little bit.
Okay.
But police investigated the claims and found no evidence of the monster in the Lake Worth and Greer Island area. 4 decades later, however, many, including Alan Plaster, who is the guy who took the supposed photograph that's floating around of the creature, basically said, like, yeah, you know, everybody thinks it was just fake. And, oh, my handwriting is so bad. Anyways, reports
why
of the
I typed
monster
mine.
ceased that year when school started.
Mm-hmm.
So it was basically only really that one summer that people were reporting, like, oh, the monster threw a fucking tire at us and shit like that.
Bored kids.
Yeah. Actually, that's exactly what it is. So
Through a tire.
yeah, through
I'm
a
sure
tire.
we're getting there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That part
that
threw
would
me
be
off.
some.
Well, I skimmed over it really quickly because I'm going to come back to it in a little bit.
That's
so,
some hillbilly ass shit me and my friends would have done.
well, like, it threw
Well, I
the...
was going to ask. I was going to ask real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Have either of you been like, I don't know, like athletes or super into working out at any
No.
point in your lives? Because
No.
they were like doing fucking tire flips and stuff, which I did in high school and a little bit in college, you know, when
I might
thought
be
I
able
was
to
an
flip
athlete.
a tire with the chin that I found when I shaved the other day. That's
Jesus.
about as close as I'm going to get to flipping
Leah
a
has
tire.
a big old chin
Same.
too. But
Damn.
like tires are fucking heavy is my point.
Yeah.
Like tires are so heavy. Anyway, if you can throw a tire, you might be.
Yeah, no, apparently
Straight
this
out of the
creature, this creature
Someone's
threw a
calling me
tire,
from
like,
San Antonio, and I think they're like, hey,
they're like,
give us our Bear Beast Creek back.
Stop talking about our water.
Hey.
It doesn't have Dickturd.
San Antonio most definitely has Dickturd. Have you been to the Riverwalk? Like,
Oh, I've
that
never been
water's
to San
fucking
Antonio.
nasty.
I would love to
Like,
go though.
It's cool. It actually is really cool, and I really do like the Riverwalk. It's
I
a lot
don't.
of
That's
cool.
where that homeless man stole my Alfredo when I was at.
Good fucking God.
Dude, the good fucking God is right. I was on a church trip, and the youth pastor was like, he's probably really hungry. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm probably really hungry.
I paid for the fucking
I
Alfredo.
did not belong on a church trip. I'm just like, oh, fuck yeah, we're going to go float the river. Will there be drinks? And they're like, no, it's a church trip. I'm like, oh, that's fucking gay, but I'll
Okay.
go.
No.
I
That's
literally
when you
only ever
go-
went to church for arts and crafts, and then like once we got done with that, I was like, "Can I go home?" Like,
I was gonna say that's when you go on the church trip and then you fucking peel off.
I started
And you
talking about
find the
church and my
bars.
titties started sweating.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Lake Worth.
Yes. So But yeah, this creature
I really don't want to talk about Lake Worth right now. Let's talk about the Alfredo and the titty sweat.
No, sir. I am here for this Capricorn.
Okay, I'm sorry.
She's keeping us on track.
Look, like I said, I barely took notes on this. You don't have to suffer it for long.
I'm into it. Period.
No, I took these notes at like 1 a.m, so I finally got to like the end of a page and I was like, done.
Yeah.
But no, so it threw a tire, like I think I read on another page, like 500 feet at like a group of people, and it jumped out of a tree and landed on this man's car while he was driving. And I'm going to come back to that one in a second, because like when I was reading it, I developed a theory in my mind of like the story behind that one. And then I got further down in the reading, and I was like, oh, okay, that's exactly what I thought it was.
I can't wait to hear what that is. The suspense is killing me.
It's nothing like crazy or anything, but it was literally like, if you're reading it, you're like, that's kind of out there. But so the reports of the monster ceased once school resumed that
could be
year.
your shot in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
What was your theory? Was it
do
A,
that.
kids with a catapult, B, like...
Yeah, you write it down. Sweeps write it down while she's reading.
Oh man, no, we
to
can
her.
do that real quick. Was it?
Okay.
Well, it's gonna be
Oh wait,
super.
hold on.
Okay.
Just make it work.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Shot in the dark. So the monster jumps out of a tree onto this kid's car. Was it A, actually a monster jumping out of a tree onto this kid's car? B, this kid wrecked his car and was trying to come up with an excuse for what the fuck happened? Or C, I don't fucking know. Yeah, something else. Answer
Hold on,
C.
Leah. Okay, we'll go with C. Something else. I mean, what? Fucking. Leah nodded for both A and B because I think they were the same thing.
No, one was
one
actually,
of them means it's real, and one of them means that
Okay,
kid is
never mind.
trying to pull a fast one on his parents
Yeah.
because
Okay.
he fucked his car
So
up.
I'm going with C. Something else.
You're correct.
What are you going with?
I'll take C as well.
Did you just say incorrect? Fuck! You gotta let us finish.
I'm going with D. It was the
Yeah.
Beast of Bear Creek.
It was. It was
was.
this Indian shaman that jumped out of a tree.
It was some guy who had
and
Dickturd fever.
Transformed, yes.
Leah, which one is it?
I'm pretty sure it's the kid, but
Yeah.
The kid being
I don't
fake
know.
on the
But
car?
she's like,
Yeah.
this episode is
right.
cringy and I need another shot.
Yeah,
So
she's like,
Here
I
we go.
can't fucking deal with these fuckers, so.
You got it right. Would you like a shot anyway, Leah?
Yeah, give it to me.
Uh-oh.
I'm just going to take one too.
I've got to get drunk to deal with us as well, so I totally
Sucks to be
feel
you.
you guys.
Here, you want some of this beer I've got? Okay.
no, that beer tastes like bong water.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Tastes like Dickturd water.
Gross.
It does. But no, it's the Sweetwater 420 strain G13 IPA
It
that we got for our
literally is
tailgate
made
tails.
to taste like marijuana.
It's
and
fucking
gross.
delicious. No. The other one tastes like. I'm not going into this. It's y'all's episode. Forget it.
You got the-
I can't
Forget it.
do
Go
beer,
ahead.
got the,
period, but I don't like marijuana flavored stuff except for marijuana. Like,
Where's
That
my
makes sense.
marijuana vape? No, I'm just kidding.
yeah.
Where's that CBD water?
Yeah.
They make that shit. Did you know that is a real product?
Yeah, somebody
Like,
actually gifted me with some CBD water the other day. And I was like, oh, thank you. And then I got to looking at it, and I was like, there are particles floating around in this. What the fuck is that? Like, so I have yet to try it. Cause
Yeah,
Those
I
are the
saw it on
seeds and stems.
Instagram, and I was like, "What the actual fuck?"
I mean,
This is
I'm
a real
gonna
product.
drink
okay.
it, you know.
They do
but-
CBD in like everything
Yeah,
now.
dude. Last time I went to like trade days, like there were literally like CBD like booths every other thing, and it was like CBD this and CBD that, and like
I want to get some CBD dog treats.
yeah, I want to
do
get some
too.
hemp dog treats for Odal Bodals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly,
They have
I'm,
CBD dog treats. We saw them in Nashville.
yeah,
And
they actually
are
sell them in the
apparently
vape
great.
shops.
Oh, do they? See, I just want to get some so I can calm my dog the fuck down so I can trim his nails.
I just want to get some so I can calm my dog the fuck down, period.
Yeah. You mean your like miniature horse outside?
She's my baby.
Yeah. She's big.
She's
worry,
the
we've
horse
got 'em
that
too.
kicked RJ Patterson.
She's
She cured him of his tuberculosis. Kinda.
She's got the Dickturd.
She is
We
a
need
dick turd.
CBD water to cure her.
She is a fucking dick turd, but I love her.
We have made no progress
Okay,
in
I'm
the
gonna let
story.
you make progress. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab me another drink.
Okay.
Oh,
So, At this point, everybody thinks it's a hoax. And in 2005, a reporter at the Fort Worth Star-Telegram received an anonymous letter, and I misspelled anonymous, which is staggering.
It's literally in the title of your show.
I was just considering how many times I type anonymous out all the fucking time.
Hey, that being said, you know how hard it is to type the word spirits? It's real fucking hard. I've tried it a lot recently.
I feel like it's just one of those things where, like, the more you do it, the more you're like, wait a second, this is not correct. Like,
I get an E in there sometimes. Yeah. I'm like, where the fuck did that come from?
Spurts.
He's just like, I spell spirits wrong sometimes, too. It's all right.
Yeah, all the time.
So anyways, they received an anonymous letter in 2005 from someone claiming to be one of the 3 high school classmates who decided to go out to Lake Worth that summer to scare people using a tinfoil mask. Where they get half goat, half man.
That is some dumbass shit that some Dallas kids would fucking
back
do,
in the
though.
60s, yeah. Absolutely. Well, not even Dallas, Fort Worth kids. Like, come on. That's a whole
We have a story
level.
about the Falkville Metal Man that y'all have to hear. I think it's on like episode 10 or something.
Yeah, it's real early on.
And there is literally, it was an alien report, and y'all need to go listen to it. Like,
it happened
Sweets,
like
ask your
5 minutes
boyfriend.
away from where we live.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ask your boyfriend. I swear he might know about the Falkville Metal Man.
But
And there
he
were
probably
pictures.
will.
They took pictures, and it's a guy in a fucking tinfoil suit.
Yeah, and my grandfather literally
it's
knows
hilarious.
the dude that was in the suit.
Yes. It's
Oh,
so
that's
funny.
awesome.
That's
Holy
awesome.
shit. Anyway, I don't mean to interrupt your
No,
story
no,
again.
you
I'm
were
sorry.
perfectly
Tinfoil
fine.
made me so happy.
Perfectly fine. These 3 kids, this person wrote in anonymously saying they were one of these 3 kids that went out that summer to scare people using a tinfoil mask. Which, again, I don't know how that equated to a half man, half goat with fur and scales, but, you know.
They were probably all dropping acid. It was 69.
Yeah, I was about to say, honestly, the whole thing sounds like a bad acid trip to me, but...
Yeah.
Fun fact, our guest that's coming over to record this Sunday, but that was on the show like the last week,
Jesus.
my ex.
Yes.
Fun
sorry.
fact, when
This
the
just gets
first
better.
when Star Wars Episode 4 dropped, his dad and all of his Vietnam buddies from the war all went to the movies and dropped acid and watched Star Wars.
God,
Oh,
yes.
And now, he's like, I can't fucking watch Star Wars because it was so much cooler on acid. Which is kind of the coolest thing ever. I love
That
him.
is fucking awesome, and I love his dad.
good
Like,
God.
I think that's why I waited so long to dump him, is because I was like, I really like hanging out
you're
with
like,
your
I'm really
dad.
attached to your family, but not you,
You
so
should have
much.
fucked his dad.
I mean, maybe with a time machine, because they literally looked fucking identical, but...
Identical.
Yeah.
There's a
God.
picture of his dad and 3 of his buddies that from the summer of before they all got enlisted into Vietnam.
Yeah.
I can't remember what year that would have been, the 450s, 40s, I don't know.
Boy.
What?
But I don't
Vietnam
know.
War was not in the
Yeah,
40s or 50s.
Absolutely.
Why did look,
60s and
the grapefruit's
70s.
hitting me hard. It's hitting me hard.
Vietnam War, George Washington led them.
Yeah. They
That was
crossed
when
the Delaware.
That was when we started white settlement and got rid of all the natives, right?
They crossed the Delaware into Vietnam. Right.
It's called westward expansion. Look it up.
It's manifested.
This
Fucking
picture, I'm
far
like,
westward
oh
expansion.
look, it's my boyfriend and all of his cousins or something, and his mom's like, no, that's just a really, really high quality picture of his dad and his Vietnam buddies the summer before the war started, and I'm like, shut the fuck up, bitch, you lying. That's not it either. It's not identical. Continue. I'm just gonna zip my lips.
So,
No.
in 2009, in Fort Worth, Texas magazine, they published a report about an unidentified man who said he'd been the perpetrator of the tire throwing incident.
It was the Trunchable.
So it was just some dude. I don't know. I feel like it was a bunch of drunk people at the beach. Some guy got really drunk and chucked a tire.
Let me throw this tire.
Yeah, and it turned into
500
a
feet?
story. Yeah,
What?
it turned into a
I feel
story
like
about a
that's
monster
inaccurate.
threw it 500 feet at them when it was
It's
really
probably
some
fucking
just,
drunk ass Jethro on the beach.
He probably
So how
rolled
far
it
was
like
the tire
4
throwing?
feet,
It had to be at
like-
least 500 feet.
Yeah,
You know that's what it is.
that's exactly what it is.
Good God. 500
yes.
feet.
So he admitted to being a perpetrator of the tire throwing, and so with the car accident, The man that claimed the monster jumped onto the trunk of the hood of his Mustang one night, hanging on until he crashed it into a tree.
Oh, if I was a kid driving a fucking Mustang and I crashed it, you best believe.
You crashed it into a tree. He was drunk at the lake. He was driving home, crashed that shit into a tree, and
I would have blamed it on ghosts with my mom, because my mom would have believed me.
I could have done aliens. I could have been like, Mom, it's fucking aliens, and she'd be like, oh my God, tell me all about it.
Yeah, see, if I was like, Mom, this ghost ran out in front of me and I swerved, and like we need to go get some EVPs and blah blah blah, my mom would be like, fuck yeah.
She'd be like, where was it?
Let me take my car since it's not total.
Yeah.
Are you involved in this? No. Oh, okay.
No, it absolutely was like a drunk kid at the lake.
No, it was aliens. Oh, okay.
Dude, yeah, absolutely, my mom. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, there's so many times that I got in trouble that I could have been like, Mom, aliens. Like,
Yeah.
Oh my God. I really wish I could have met your mom.
Like, to the day she died, God rest her, like, she believed that I fucked up the side of her truck, like, taking it to Walmart when I was, like, 15, and I was like, I didn't do anything, and, like, years later, she'd be like, what'd you do to my truck? She would just pop into my room.
I just imagine, like, the first time we bust the Ouija board out, it's like, what did you do to my fucking truck?
I can't wait.
Like, I'm gonna go see fucking John Edwards, and he's
Can
gonna
y'all
be
please fucking live stream us when you do that?
Yes.
All right, we want to contact Giggles' mother. And then it's, 15 minutes later. Does this say, what did you do to my truck? And then you just type back in the Ouija board,
and for
it
the
was
fucking
ghosts.
record, I didn't do anything to the goddamn truck.
It was ghosts. I know, it was ghosts.
No, with my mom, it would have been aliens. Gold and ghosts.
You're right.
She
Aliens.
believed in
I'm
ghosts
sorry.
too, but she was more obsessed with aliens, so...
It was David Duchovny, Mom. He just ran out of nowhere and sideswiped me.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, so kid wrecked his car into a tree and blamed it on the fucking... Are you okay?
He said kid wrecked his tree into the car.
Damn it.
Nice.
See, I tried to roll with it and hope you didn't notice.
This is every week for us, y'all.
Same.
I'm so happy that you're enjoying this. This is every week of getting too drunk to tell the story and listen to it simultaneously.
But yeah, when I was reading it, it was like a monster jumped out of a tree onto somebody's car. I was like, they fucking damaged their car. And we're like, oh shit, Mom, Dad, it was a fucking monster.
That would make a great State Farm commercial.
Do what?
They should make a State Farm commercial.
I had a friend in high school that wrecked his car while doing duster while driving. If y'all don't know what, like keyboard duster, like
oh my
inhaling
God, like doing whippets?
Wrecked his car doing it and told his parents that a dog ran out in front of him and he swerved to miss it and hit the tree.
My mom would have been like, well, you should have hit the dog because you're not driving again until you have a full-time job.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Oh, my
but
gosh.
yeah, he was very, very much fucked up on duster. Like, I think at least 45 seconds passed after he hit the tree before he was like, oh.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Like woke back up.
Yeah, shit'll fuck you up. It kills some brain cells.
That reminds me, I need to write down, like, car accidents for another Clocked Out episode.
Oh my gosh. Why are you taking my hand?
Go for it. Keep talking.
Anyways, I don't have much else left. So, since 2009, though, and I kind of want to go to this now, which was the 40th anniversary of the sightings, the Fort Worth Nature Center and Refuge has held a Lake Worth Monster Bash each October.
When?
Yeah.
Find the date. We will go. That's
We'll
an
come in
hour
for it.
or two.
Yes.
Well, unless it's the week that I'm in Alabama, if I go to Alabama.
Fuck yourself.
Yeah, why would you come to Alabama? There's nothing here.
Well, I have another podcasting friend that lives in Alabama, and I like to go camping a lot, so I might go to Mount whatever the fuck it's called.
Cheehaw.
Yeah.
Cheehaw, I believe.
Mount Cahaw. I'm going to Mount
Cahaw. Get mounted at the Cheehaw.
Oh,
well, I mean,
anyway.
Cheehaw's nice.
I'll definitely be there if that's involved.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, if you want to camp, sure, there's places to do that in Alabama. Other than that, you can see the Trash Pandas in about a year. There's the 2A affiliate of, I believe, the Reds. Who are they taking over? Is it you don't know. I don't know. You can see some minor league baseball, the Trash Pandas versus the Biscuits, if you come to Alabama real soon.
I'm off the week of Halloween.
Oh, there you go.
And
They don't play that time
If
of
I
year.
come, that's when I will
never
be
mind.
there.
When does hockey start? You can see the Huntsville Havoc.
Now
don't
that
fucking
I
know
would
anything
fucking
about
go
hockey.
and do.
You like hockey? See, I've never been to a hockey game. God damn it. Giggles, what's your
played-
story?
Oh, that
Fucking
was my
shit.
story. That was it. Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Yay.
Sorry, I was thinking of something different altogether now.
No, we have gone too far.
How do we move
I
on
don't
to
know.
hockey?
I really like the Fort Worth Monster because to me, like, I feel like that's a cosplay opportunity. Like,
oh, yeah.
if I lived in Fort
What the
Worth,
fuck?
I have a degree in costume making, and
Yeah.
I would
Really?
fucking
Oh, that's
make a Fort
awesome.
Worth Monster costume and just go out there and, like, fuck people's shit up. Just
You gonna
for
carry a
fun.
tire?
No,
throw it
I
at people?
couldn't throw a tire because I have no
Not a
athletic
real
ability.
tire, Leah. No,
But
you
I
make the
would-
tire.
I would find one of those real fit CrossFit people that flip tires
This
for
guy.
fun.
Yes.
Fucking thumbs.
And I would make them a goat costume and just like
I'll be
let
your
them go
goat.
for it. It would be awesome.
Can
I'll
I
do it.
ask you a question about your degree?
Yes.
So, is the costume making degree like, is it a derivative of like a theater degree or is it a derivative of a fibers degree?
Theater. So my degree is in theater
would be
design,
textile,
and
not
so
fibers
like I had to study how to make props and sets and stuff like that. But my focus was costumes because I'm better at that.
That's really fucking cool.
Yeah,
The only
that's
reason I
fucking
ask
dope.
is because my sister is like the only fibers major that I've ever met.
Oh no, I've met other fibers majors. When I was, I interned with the Jim Henson Company, and one of the girls that was interning with me was a fibers
You
major
just
at Parsons
killed Giggles.
School of Design. So yeah,
You just broke her
I
heart.
love
it's a thing.
No, I
You didn't know
fucking
Leah
got-
worked at Sesame Street for a year?
No.
She did.
Yeah, I worked for Jim Henson Company.
We're
for
gonna go
the
in there and be like,
Creature
"Did you know
Shop for
that
a
Leah
year."
worked for Sesame Street?" And my boyfriend's gonna be like, "Yeah, I did."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
shut
totally
the
gonna know.
fuck up.
He's gonna be like, "How do you not fucking know?"
How,
Yeah,
what the fuck?
I was an intern for Sesame Street's production, the 45th season.
She has a
so-
lot of really
That's
cool pictures. We
so
can send you if
fucking
you
cool.
want.
I love it.
We might have to do a special episode just on that sometime.
Yeah,
That's fine.
I've met lots of weird celebrities because they volunteered on
Y'all,
Sesame Street.
Do y'all? Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all this. We've told it on the podcast before, but it's always fun to tell it again. So the first time Leah and I started talking, we met online. We met on Match.com, and we started messaging.
Aw.
And it's the normal getting to know you stuff. What's your favorite kind of music? What kind of movies do you like? All that. So she asked me my favorite music. And I told her, well, I don't listen to much music anymore, but it was always Dave Matthews Band growing up. It made me want to learn how to play guitar. Leah said, oh, he sang Happy Birthday to me at Sesame Street. And I said, what the fuck did you just say? He was there on
Did
her
you
birthday.
just say, "Let's get married"?
I mean, seriously, right then. He was there on her birthday, and they told him, hey, it's her birthday. He went, oh, okay, and like pulled the guitar out and sang her happy birthday.
It was a banjo, actually.
Oh,
but okay.
banjo.
Oh my
Even
God, that's
better.
even
God,
better.
I'm so wet right now, Leah.
Oh my fucking god.
He said, "I'm so wet right now, Leah."
That's fucking awesome.
His pissoir.
Right? Oh, but yeah, that's a real thing that happened to Leah, and it made me go, if I marry her, I might get to meet Dave Matthews one
You
day.
won't. I'm sorry. I don't know him. And I honestly didn't know that he was famous until one of the people said,
didn't know he was
he's
famous."
famous. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay.
He's our guest star today, so stop treating him like shit, Leah.
I didn't do anything.
He's not an intern.
You're like, he doesn't look like
Stop
a
it.
fucking Spice Girl. Like,
No. No, I geeked the fuck out when Joseph Gordon-Levitt showed up,
Yeah.
but no,
Aw.
Yeah.
Dave Matthews was not my jam at that point.
Y'all,
I'm
there's so
sorry.
many stories we can tell you when we're not recording of Leah and her celebrity fucking friends.
Yes.
sorry.
that
God.
legit ass though might have to be like a future just special episode.
Y'all
Like,
can
just-
have it.
That's so cool. Like,
Yeah.
It is. It's wonderful. Oh, God. Well, I guess that we are done with this crossover episode.
All
Leah.
right, sounds great to me.
Don't you believe so?
Yeah,
Ugh,
I'm a
y'all-
little
unless
drunk.
y'all have anything else to say at this
it's fine
point.
because we've got some more stuff to record. So.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Fucking turn it off.
But
Jesus Christ.
thank y'all for having us.
Yes.
Thank
you
y'all
guys
so much for being here.
much.
Sweeps and Giggles from the Associates Anonymous podcast.
Tell everybody where they can find you
Oh,
on
yes.
podcasts and social media and
Yeah.
everything.
So we're Associates Anonymous, the podcast where we kick it with you every Wednesday to discuss the horrors of working in customer service. You can listen to us on pretty much anywhere, Spotify, SoundCloud, Stitcher, you name it. We're all over the place. iTunes, that one, whatever.
Leave us a review on there if you feel so inclined.
And, Facebook.com/Associates Anonymous, Instagrams.com/Associates Anonymous podcast, and
Patreon.com/Associates Anonymous.
Yes. And, Twitter/Associates_Anon.
Oh,
Yep.
Excellent, y'all. Will y'all find the Asanon podcast?
Yes.
That's what I call them. In text to Leah for shorthand.
We actually
Let's
have
say.
a group chat that's Ass Anon. So
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's just us and our artists, being like, oh, hey, I need you to draw possums on Mitch and Leah's picture.
Please, for the love of God, please.
We have a great
if
idea.
you can turn
for
me into a
y'all's.
possum, I will be so happy.
my God.
I'll tell you off air what we're doing for y'all's, and it's fucking phenomenal.
I'm so excited
so
about all
excited.
of our October artwork.
Yeah, we will cut ours off and get some more Sonic Ice and start recording the next one.
Yes.
Excellent. All right, y'all. Well, thank y'all so much to Associates Anonymous for being here with us, and we will see y'all next week.
Bye, y'all.